Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome back to the Crow's Nest. Welcome if you are new. We are spiritual all of my community, learning as we grow along our ascension journey. We're going to get into a message for what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on. This is going to be a collective message, so although it might not resonate with everyone, if it finds you and it resonates with you at that time, then it was intended for you. Just a couple things to go over with today's reading before we dive into the tarot for some confirmation and some guidance based on the message to come through. Firstly, this significantly is going to tie into yesterday's message and the full cold moon reading that I have uploading on YouTube right now. Or it might even be uploaded by the time you see this. But anyway, so really talking about that spiritual rebirth that we're going through right now, maybe a Kundalini awakening. There's just something about refueling that inner feminine energy, and so let's dive into that a little bit. So in that reading, the full moon reading, we did talk about what we're going to get into in a minute here with flowers. Right at the end of it, I don't remember exactly what I was saying, but there is a significant tie-in regards to my previous daily messages about the flowers. So I've been channeling, flowers in the attic. We've been talking about how you're blossoming, how you're blooming. And I've been getting like daisies and lotuses. I've been getting very specific flowers. I just heard irises. Those resonate with my journey. So there's so much coming through about flowers, and I feel like I know what that's about now. So the full moon reading, we talked all about the frequency behind the energy at the time that I'm recording this, with the power of the moon, which is all about where did I put it? I'm all scattered here, just like the full moon is telling us we are. So where did I put it? Oh my goodness. Anyway, the date today is the 7th. So all about that spiritual journey, right? And that's so funny. There's a message there for someone as well, like trust yourself, right? Like, you know yourself, you know your truth. And it's just like, I was so like focused on trying to find this note, but I already know what the note says, you know what I mean? So don't get so caught up on things that you already know the answers to. Like, you know the answer inside yourself. That's a message that we've been saying about that inner validation, right? So speaking all about the spiritual journey, and as well with the full moon really bringing us to with the time of the peak of the full moon happening in the northern western hemisphere at 8:09 p.m. So we're talking about 8s, all about manifestation and abundance. The 0 in between that and the 9 talking about all of those cycles that are coming to an end to start new cycles. But these are cycles of healthy patterns and habits and traditions, I just heard. And then there's the 9 as well, like I said, all about a sense of completion. When you put that together, it all brings forward our manifestations and our abundance. So that's a little bit of the frequency where we're at today. We're at this time. Again, remember that this is timeless, okay? So like I said, a lot of flowers have been coming through in my readings, and today I was checking some of my notifications on social media, and I was watching a video from someone. I'll post it for you. I'll put a link for you to watch this video from a Reiki master and healer that I know. Her name is Tanis, and she has her own practice as well. Many things that Tanis does. But there was a video that she did with another healer, and they were talking about flower essence. And this was like, I was like, what is this? I was like, what is flower essence? Because as soon as they included flower essence in the description of this video, and I read that and I was like, what is that? So I watched the video and I learned a little bit more, and immediately had to go and learn more about flower essence, because as soon as I read it in the description before watching the video, I knew that flower essence was what the flowers that I've been channeling for so long. I knew there was a connection there. So for some of you, I feel like, we've been talking about taking care of our physical vessel to care for our spiritual vessel. And I feel that for some of you, there might even be guidance about either using flower essence to help to nourish your physical body, or maybe you yourself, whoever this message is for, work with flower essence as your practice to help to heal others. Because I've been channeling in so many of my messages about those of you who are working on your work, but it's been like a very spiritual path that you're on, whether you're a teacher or a healer or an artist. and bringing that into the physical realm. So somehow finding a way to make that your profession, a service or a product that you offer, so that you're doing what you love, and then also focus on your spiritual journey, right? Just like that full moon we're going through right now, about the time of duality within inside of ourselves. So really picking that up. So I feel like some of you could really benefit from flower essence. I know I'm going to dive into it a little bit for myself, and they did highlight the difference between flower essence and essential oils, and I'll mention that in case you don't watch the video. There is a difference, because essential oils is more about the aroma. Flower essence is more about capturing the energy behind that particular flower or plant. So you can look into like, what are the symptoms that I have and what are flower essences that would be good for that. So that's the science behind flower essence, as opposed to using just essential oils. So let's go ahead and get into the message for what it is alongside of this, what it is that we need to be aware of, what it is that we need to know right now, maybe some confirmation on the flower essence. If we get some flowers come through, I know that'll be a confirmation. And we'll get some guidance based on that. On the tarot today, cleansing the deck, I have the gray agate. This is all about calmness, and I really am feeling that there's just a strong emphasis on calming and healing the physical vessel right now, because our physical vessel is really needing that nurture and care, because our physical or our spiritual as well, we're going through that time of when we're nurturing that ourselves, right? Finding that sustainable amount of self-care and love and nurture to carry us through. But also the sense of like healing our physical body and just like soothing our physical body, so that our soul, our spiritual self, can settle in. Oh my gosh, major disconnect right there. I was gonna say settle in through the turbulence. Okay, so we've been feeling like we're going through the turbulence, right, of this ascension, of this spiritual rebirth that we're going through right now. And funny, as I'm saying that, the music I'm listening to on the screen, there is an image that just makes me think back to that egg that I think I got in yesterday's message or the day before, talking about this like rebirth, like you're in this egg about to hatch, right? And then in the full moon reading that's uploading right now to YouTube, or probably uploaded by the time you'll see this again, and there was like that same message coming through about that egg being reborn, and I'm seeing a very similar message on the screen right now. So let's get some confirmation, a little bit about what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on alongside of this. And if you're new here, my name is Crystaljoy, wounded healer and spiritual coach. So the top of the deck wants to come through as well. We got some messages. We got some stuff. Very interesting. I didn't mention it, but I did have the Two of Swords come out when I was I accidentally knocked it off the top of the deck at one point today, and it's here. We also have a card that hasn't turned over yet. Not going to look yet. Page of Wands upright, the Six of Cups in the reverse, the Knight of Cups upright, the Two of Swords in the reverse, and our mystery card here. I'm going to save that for a little golden nugget, if you will, at the end. Pun intended, if you have been watching my readings. So, I don't know why I felt like telling a joke right there. Picking up some of that like spicy and sassy energy again. So the Page of Wands has been talking all about how we are really starting to see, like talking about with this full moon, the cold moon being a time of when we are at the darkest point of the season, right? And so also at the darkest point of journeying through ourselves right now. And as the full moon reaches its peak, then we can start to prepare for the dawn, right? The bringing of the light, the rebirth of the light, the rebirth of ourselves, of our spiritual journey, and of our refueling of our fire within, our passion, just like the Wands talks about. I feel like Spirit's tickling my face with a feather right now. That's always confirmation for me. And this is about seeing the opportunities in our growth and how far we've gone. And it's kind of like this feeling as though, with the Page of Wands, he has one wand. There's a sense of a new beginning here. Like that rebirth that you're going through, you're gonna feel almost like a baby in a sense. Like you're just like stage one, right? But you see the potential in your growth and how you can grow from stage one at that new stage kind of thing. It's like going back to the full moon reading, what I was saying about you're in this plane, going through the turbulence, approaching the altitude that you need to be at. And then once you get there, that you'll level out and the turbulence will cease. And there's this sense of that where as that leveling out occurs, then the plane, once the plane reaches the level that it needs to be at, well, now it can start to reach the speed that it needs to be moving while it's at that altitude, right? So there's also this sense about once the turbulence settles, then it's going to be about you tapping into how fast you're going to be moving forward towards those opportunities. It's really about continuing to, back to yesterday's message about filtering out the parts of ourselves, parts of our story, to allow us to, what was it, to like our soul of gold, right? We're mining our soul of gold. Took me a second there. And there's this letting those parts of the past, continuing to release those emotional parts of the past, the trauma, the pain, the emotions that have kept us feeling as though we were stuck in that tower, like I was getting in previous messages, but also significantly in the moon reading. And not only releasing those emotions, but it was all about retapping into your passion, refueling your fire, and being able to set yourself free. And moving forward with the Knight of Cups, not very quick moving, but the Knight of or the Knight of Wands. I don't know why I said Knight of Wands. Very interesting. Maybe that's our mystery card here, or maybe that will come through. But there's this sense of you want to move forward with that Knight of Wands speed, but there's this energy of taking it slow right now, remembering we're nourishing our souls right now, restabilizing that sustainability in how we nourish ourselves and care for ourselves. But as I was saying, once we release and continue to release, filter out those parts of the story, those emotions that have kept us felt imprisoned, held back, now it's about refilling that cup. But slow and steady wins the race. You don't have to move forward like a Knight of Wands. There is a strong emphasis on taking time to rest right now, to have that deep, really journeying deep in ourselves. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm getting disconnected from that word, but just this deep introspection, right? But journeying through the souls, it's not so much about that shadow work anymore. It's about finding out who we truly are. Now that we have gone through our spiritual awakening, we've learned how to care for our physical vessel. We're tapping into how to even do that at, being the best versions of ourselves at carrying our physical vessels. But now it's also about tapping into, through all of that, who are we really? And so right now is a matter of like refilling up your own cup. Again, there's one energy here. This is about you and your cup and your passion and your opportunities, your journey. So take time for yourself right now to fill up your cup again, because there have been a lot of difficult choices, a lot of things that you feel you've had to really dissociate yourself from. And it's no longer about making a choice. Now you've made the choice about what path are you going to choose. And it's all about, I love the energy here. It's all blue skies. Every card here, you have these beautiful blue skies. And it's like during this, there's like Hanged Man energy behind this Two of Swords right now, because the Two of Swords is all about making decisions. The Hanged Man is all about getting new perspectives. And right now I'm getting like with that moon energy happening on the Two of Swords here, it's like you are going to be given a new perspective on your path, on the choices that you're making, that you need to make, that you have made, that are going to really allow you to move forward. It's the Nine of Cups in the reverse, our mystery card, moving forward to once again refilling those cups. Because in the past, you feel like you've been stuck. You feel that no matter how many times you fill those cups back up, they just empty right back out. I'm seeing a child when they have like, when they just like, they don't understand yet. They're so little, and you give them a cup that doesn't have a lid. Let's just say they're holding a cup and they're holding a toy, and they drop the toy while they're holding the cup, and they go to pick the toy up. They don't understand how to hold that cup to not spill the liquid as they pick up that toy. So I'm seeing that. I'm seeing your journey has been very much where you have been feeling as though you've just been like this kind of naive child along the journey, where it's like every time you try to pick up something, you spill out your cups. Every time you try to obtain something that you want to have within your possession, within your energy, somehow your cups get spilt in the process. And there's a sense of that 5 of Cups energy coming through again as well, where it was like you were strong empath, picking up the emotions of other people and neglecting your own emotions, turning your back to your own emotions because you're getting confused about which emotions are yours, because you're stuck on the black road being the road of, oh, the candle just went out too, very interesting, right? You've been on this road of feeling like it's been putting out your fire, because the black road is the road of deceit and deception, of lies and of pain and manipulation, and all of the things that stand against dishonor and dignity. So wow, there's so much that still wants to come through with this message, but I feel like that's a lot of confirmation, a lot like some guidance here too as well on how we can continue to not only move through the full moon that we're going through right now in this darker part of the season to prepare for the dawn of the light, but also how we can continue to filter out the parts of the story, right, that are preventing us from being able to fully mine ourselves. It's like we know our value and our worth, but we can't see it yet because we're still kind of covered in this this energy that just needs to be filtered off of ourselves. So I think let's get a Seeds of the Sacred Feminine on that. I also have the blue howlite on that deck today, which again, I'm feeling a very peaceful energy, a lot of water energy. And again, there's a lot of blue skies here, right? That blue stone. And the only card here that doesn't have a blue sky is the 9 of Cups. And I was going to say 9 of Pentacles too. Cha-ching. There's just something here about, the tablecloth is blue. It's like you literally take the sky with you and use it as a tool, because you're using this energy, this universal energy, as a tool right now, as a resource, right? That's so significant. But what I'm getting at is the yellow. Now over here, it's like instead of blue skies, there's a lot of that yellow, which I was channeling so much of the Empress card in the moon reading, but also we've been getting, like in the past readings, there was something about the Magician and the Queen of Pentacles. Also, I channeled those in the moon readings. So there's something really significant with that. So let's go ahead, get some guidance for us with the Seeds of the Sacred Feminine, talking all about rebalancing the inner feminine, talking about caring for our physical vessels so that we can properly nourish and sustainably give ourselves that love and that nurture and that healing that we need as we continue to go through this spiritual rebirth and this Kundalini awakening for some of you. Okay. Spirit has spoken. We have these 2 cards here. This is so fantastic. A lot of moon energy and sun energy. And I'm also getting from this, those pinks and those reds that I've been channeling. There's something about the season of love, the season of rebirth, and the season of, whether it be like Valentine's Day, February season, or right now, this like journey of love that we're going through within ourselves. I just saw something like a white light on top of me too. It looked kind of like a halo. But something is up about the season of love. I'm telling you, take that how it resonates, okay? Embrace a new idea, which in the moon reading, where's my notes? We did talk about the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands came through with that tower. That was so powerful. With the King of Wands, the Star, the Knight of Wands, there it is. The Tower, the Ace of Swords. Whew, powerful, so powerful. So embrace a new idea, because as you continue to go through this spiritual rebirth, this Kundalini awakening, all those ideas and realizations and downloads that are coming to you from Spirit, okay? Just like Spirit has spoken when these cards came out, like you saw that on the camera. We'll get into the guidebook on that message as well, but also hug somebody. Remember about now is like a time about in the past, that 4 of Pentacles energy coming through. In the past you were preservative of your finances, you were preservative of your energy, you were needing to work through with that 3 of Pentacles, needing to work through not allowing other people to get close enough to you in terms of like collaborations and teamwork. There was a sense of dissociating from your own light. You were afraid of your own light, your own power, your own abilities. And I also do feel that this is speaking in regards to a love connection. if someone is trying to get close to you and let you know how they truly feel about you, if this is about love and the season of love, speaking about love coming in for you, romance coming in, season of passion is what we're talking about right here, right? If you are afraid to let people get close to you, how is that soul desire going to be able to find you? If you are continuing to keep yourself trapped in that tower, not allowing to set yourself free, to allow the things that are meant for you to find you. Very powerful message. So let's go ahead and get into the guidebook on that, because the message on that is actually a little bit different. So let's start with embrace a new idea. It's on page 29 as well. So speaking about duality, new beginnings, all about the completions to step into those new beginnings, right? And all about that 11 energy. And that really does make me think about Ayana Vision being the Earth Warrior Guardian that came through as our guidance for the full moon reading. That was so powerful what she had for us. So embracing a new idea. You came to give me a sec. Let me restart. I don't know why that was so difficult for me. You came to experience your earth walk in a linear way, but today, grandchild, you need to be reminded of the non-linear natural order of creation. The sacred feminine path lies in the mystery and is circular in nature. Like the womb of creation, that egg that you're about to hatch from, that I saw even in this reading on the TV, lies on a circular nature. Like the womb of creation, it is ever expanding. This can be very difficult for your human mind to understand. The 5 senses can convince you that you live on the physical world, only in the physical world. This is not true. The information gathered by your physical body makes it easy for you to forget the existence and wisdom of your spirit. Such a confirmation. The emotional and spiritual part of you knows the invisible realm of the sacred feminine, even if you can't see it, hear it, or smell it. Remember that your mind is the creator's mind. I said that in the other reading. It is capable of embracing anything and everything, ever convinced. You are wise and more capable of grasping new ideas. Let go. Let go. Feel and intuit the next step. See what happens if you release control and fall into the arms of the great mystery. When you allow yourself to trust in the sacred feminine, you will discover a whole new way of being. And I actually just feel so emotional right there, because that's that distrust. Some of you have been done wrong in the past, have felt as though your own inner feminine has been unfaithful to you. And that is why you feel that you cannot trust. And I feel that comes from a place of feeling as though like what's put you in that masculine energy, this needing to protect yourself. There's a sense of you're feeling with inside of yourselves that your inner feminine let you down because your inner feminine wasn't able to protect you. But it's up to the inner masculine to provide the sense of safety and security. It's up to the feminine to be in the flow of love and passion and creation. So I'm going to leave it there. If you're looking for further guidance on that for your own specific journey, you can always reach out. Please never trust anyone reaching out claiming to be me, as that's never true. And like and comment. Let me know if this resonated. Let me know if it found who it was meant for. And subscribe, and I'll see you in my next reading.